Hallo kleines Fräulein, haben Sie heute Zeit, mit mir auszugehen, nur zum Zeitvertreib. Wir gehen über Felder, streifen durch den Wald.
Previously on Fritzy! Fritzy, Vivi, Seamus, and Melora stay in Mrs. Carter's flat, one flight down from Darby and Jacob. Tanya recruits Jack to help her find the Toot and Ra. Marvelan plots to reveal Darby and Victoria's scandal, while Jacob meets Fritzy, switch with Darby's spirit. He tells Fritzy Victoria took Darby to see a psychiatrist because he's a German nutter. Elizabeth and Jacob clash over Marvelan and her aristocratic tell-all column in the Tatler newspaper. Darby becomes Club Garbo's new MC, while Jacob and Victoria reveal feelings for each other. They share a passionate kiss. Nabetowi learns Leonora was once her eldest sister, Beantanov, heir to the throne of Egypt. And Fritzy longs for his halcyon days, living the life in Beverly Hills. Now, let's join our friends. The Teddrey Mansion, Sitting Room, London, 1932.
Darby, I'm weary of your psychotic hijinks.
That's a fine fettle. Victoria, my condition is grisly.
It certainly is.
Do you think I'm making it up? Fräulein, you're verrückt.
I am not crazy, you German cluck.
You took me to Dr. Collins. That quack hasn't helped me ein bit.
Gunther, you're right. You're worse.
Oh, Scheiße.
And don't speak at me like that. Fair warning, I'm taking a psychiatry class to sort you.
A what?
Psychiatry. You're sabotaging our engagement.
What?
You heard me. You've concocted this madness because you don't want to be married.
That's preposterous. Victoria, I love you.
Shut up and get out.
Fräulein, you've got one oar in the water and it's cracked.
Ouch!
You're diabolical. Blimey.
And don't cockney me. You're not Jacob.
Blimey, Lizzie, you treat me cheap as chips.
I don't, and don't you dare deny it.
Rubbish, your highness. Darb, where you headed?
I'm invited elsewhere.
Mr. King, do follow his lead.
Bollocks, Miss Teddrey.
Oh, how coarse.
You sisters, your well's gone bad.
Like sour milk.
Shut up and get out.
Master Shire, elsewhere to the pub.
On your bike, mate, to the bloody pub.
Out.
Did they go?
Not soon enough.
Good. I'm so angry I could scream.
You frighten Mama and her fluff muffins.
Lizzie, pack your bag. We're headed to Paris.
Paris?
We must away this weekend.
Yes, please.
We're leaving this sinking Scottish moor of Darby and Jacob.
Ripping.
Lizzie, tell no one, neither Mama nor Papa. We leave immediately.
How daring. I'm excited.
Cocktails on the Eiffel Tower.
Mais oui, ma chérie. Cocktails à Paris.
Mrs. Carter's flat. Fritzy, Vivi, Seamus, and Melora.
Oh, Fritzy, I'm so happy to have you back.
Me too, mind Vivi, but for how long?
Exactly. We can't hide here.
Yeah, we got to move. I've ein target on my back.
Aye, matey. Walk the plank.
Seamus, you idioten.
I want to go home to Beverly Hills.
There, mein Vivi. We'll find our way back.
Tonya, that foul ghost witch, won't send us home without the Toot and Ra.
Seamus, Seamus, walk the plank.
The Chauncey Hotel. Tanya's room. Tanya, Bob, and Roger.
Tanya, Roger, I'm so sick of being in the middle of you fighting. You're both horrible.
Daddy, I can't find the Teuton Ra with Roger's constant complaining bullshit.
Tanya, you oversexed train wreck of a witch. You brought us to London 1932, and now we're marooned.
I don't have my powers here. You know that.
Maybe if you slept with Nigel, the hotel concierge, he'd direct you to the Ra. Oh, wait, You did.
You slept with Nigel?
I might have. Roger Nabedui brought us here, you stupid moron.
Bob, don't let her speak to me that way.
You talked down to her.
Only because she's an idiot.
Daddy?
Roger!
Bob!
Roger, you bitter sycophant.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I heard it once. Let's just say you're an asshole.
Tanya, show some respect.
Roger, please. Clutch your pearls and drop dead.
Ooh, that's better.
Honey, darling, Roger is my partner.
Daddy, I don't have a problem you having a partner. I have a huge problem that it's Roger. We've a long history of him as an asshat.
Asshat? Robert, muzzle this heifer.
Roger, don't tell me how to raise my daughter and don't call her a heifer.
Asshat, I hope your teeth fall out.
Heifer.
You know what, Roger? Tonight, you're on the couch.
You couldn't pay me to sleep with you.
That's a first.
Slut.
Whore.
Fuck my life.
You fools! Enough! Tanya, you'll never find the raw unless I intervene. Rosalam, you hipieki, saodi altarika, saodu wauchidi, oidan, and hedel mac camel.
Oh, what's happening?
Bob! What have you done with Daddy?
Padalian arifwanant ni kaktashifu.
What?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Balls!
If you want to see him again, find the Ra.
Find the Ra! Find the Ra, you ancient Egyptian bitch!
The Netherworld, Nabedui's Dwelling, Nabedui and Bean-Tanab.
That was rather desperate of you, Nabedui, don't you think?
Desperate? I've been trapped in the Netherworld for 3,000 years.
That's right. I forget. It's been but a day in our beloved Egypt.
Stop saying that!
If you present foul, I'm leaving.
No, don't leave.
I must return. Father is holding court to appoint our next queen.
Have you come to torment me?
You've done well enough alone. I doubt I shall see you again, Nabedui. My Al-Salama sister.
No! Bean-Tanab, come back!
The Boar's Head Pub. Darby and Jacob tend their wounds over a couple of pints. Darb, you big wanker.
What did I do? Elizabeth kicked you out.
And Victoria kicked you out. You caused all this.
I'm sorry, Jacob. Damn and blast! I'm a right Burke.
No, you're not. You've the garbo. That's the bee's knees.
It is, isn't it?
Mate, you're the new MC at London's finest nightclub. Even I know that's a huge deal. And I'm almost as big a wanker as you.
I'll say. My agent asked Club Garbo to hire me for years.
Looks like fate stepped in.
But why now, when my life has gone tits up?
Don't look that club horse in the mouth. We've a bigger problem. Lenny arrives in 2 hours.
Lenny? I forgot. Jacob, what do we do?
I don't know, but she's staying the week.
Crikey.
Explain to a 7-year-old when Gunter, the German nutter, shows up.
We're dead.
As me Uncle Ned. The Britannia Cafe. Tanya, Roger, and Jack.
Are you crazy? How am I supposed to find your dad?
Nabedui took him. I gotta find a young woman and 3 cats.
You mean that woman and those 3 cats?
What?
There, heading down to the tube.
Oh my god. Roger, it's Fritzy. Let's get him.
Hurry!
The Tube, Kensington Station. Tanya and Roger chase Fritzy.
Mind the gap.
Guys, watch your paws stepping on the train.
Fritzy!
Wer ruft mich an? Who's calling me?
Tanya!
Tanya?
Mind the gap.
Fritzy, come back! I'll get you, Fritzy, if it's the last thing I do.
You horrible witch!
He's not lying.
Shut up, Roger. Fritzy, you can run, but you can't hide.
Watch me! Bleh.
Mind the gap.
We found them.
They got away!
One word, Nabedui.
Epping Forest, outside London. Night. Fritzy's under a street lamp across from the woods.
They're lucky to train close on Tanya.
We've got to hide. We can't risk going back to Mrs. Carter's flat until we lose Tanya.
Agreed.
But where?
The woods.
The woods?
Yeah, they're at the edge of Epping Forest.
Fritzy, Epping Forest is haunted.
Haunted?
Arg, mateys! Danger ahead! Tanya off starboard bow! Beneath of a nautical mile!
What?
Our sheep lost! Harpoon the whale! Rock!
Fritzy!
Here, kitty.
Ach du Lieber!
Move, Fritz!
We've no choice.
To the woods!
Run!
It's dark and scary.
Yeah, someone dropped breadcrumbs.
Rock! Rough waters! Beware the witch and her squall! Rock!
Fritzy, you run, kitty. I'll have you filleted.
Ach du Lieber!
Rock!
The Teddrey Mansion. Night. Mrs. Teddrey and Cordelia, her astrologist, have tea.
Cordelia, thank you for meeting me. I'm afraid it's an emergency.
Mrs. T, what is it?
Oh, Diddums, you little Houdini. You've escaped the library. Stop barking at Cordelia and lay down. I'm sorry, dear. Lemon?
Please, Mrs. T, what's the emergency?
Darby, Victoria's fiancé. He's in a state.
A state?
Dr. Collins, his therapist, can't explain it. He thinks Darby's case is spiritual in nature.
But why call me?
Cordelia, you work with the universe every day. Hence, you're my last bastion of hope with the spirit world.
What can I do?
I want to hold a seance.
A seance? Mrs. T, I'm not a mystic. The moon and stars are there for a reason, but I've no crystal ball.
You've been my advisor since you read my astrology chart. C'est your fatidique, that fateful day at your Café Britannia.
Mrs. T, you've a light round you like no one I've seen.
J'ai rougi. I'm blushing, Cordelia.
But I don't know the first thing.
Will you lead our seance? Darby's in trouble. Please say yes.
I'll say this. Your astrological chart is swirling like the rings around Saturn.
Oh my, since when?
This morning, I just read it.
All the more reason you must lead us.
I couldn't possibly.
I'll arrange everything. You prepare for a big night. Here's my seance book.
Calling all spirits? Blimey!
How thrilling!
Mrs. T, I'm well in over me head.
Aren't we all, Cordelia? Aren't we all?
Darby and Jacob's flat. Sitting room.
Jacob, I can't let Lenny see me like this.
Shit!
Darby?
What am I to do?
I don't know, but you better make it good.
Just a tick, Len. Putting on my trousers.
Goodness.
Darby, you idiot!
The kettle. Putting on the kettle.
Don't frighten Lenny with your horse shit!
Jacob, I've rehearsal at the Garbo. I have to leave.
Even better!
Darby?
Let her in.
Behave yourself.
Lenny!
Hi, fellas.
Where's your mum?
Late for her train.
Give us a kiss, Len.
For my favorite, Darbs.
Ah!
What is it?
A strong shock.
Verdammt nach mal.
Bless you.
Danke, junge Dame. Have we met?
Silly dilly. Many times.
Darby, you were gonna wash your face before rehearsal.
I was.
Wash up, Gunther.
All right, I'll be in the Badezimmer. But Jacob, your tone is unangebracht für.
Unangebracht. Uncalled for?
Len, I forgot. You speak German.
Why is Darby speaking?
That could come in handy.
Darby and Jacob's flat. The loo. Darby, now Fritzy, washes his face.
Gunther, wash up. I'll wash you, mein Herr. Hello, Gunther. Oh, ach du Lieber. It appears we've switched. A talking cat? Go away, foul spirit. I say. Ah, get back to hell, you British demon. That's rather unsporting of you. Bad form. You're in the loo of my flat. Lies. How did this happen? I don't know. We're connected. Get out of my mirror. You'll break it. Und then it's 7 years bad luck. Oh, I'm fading. Good. Und stay out.
Darby and Jacob's flat, sitting room.
Ich kann es nicht glauben.
What can't you believe?
Irgendein übler Geist tauchte gerade im Spiegel auf.
Gunther, how's that?
Some foul spirit just showed up in his mirror.
What?
Eine britische Katze.
A British cat.
Gunther, you daft sod! You're scaring Lenny!
No, he's not. It's the Toot and Raw.
What?
Jacob, my class trip to the British Museum. The ancient Egyptian exhibit?
I remember.
Little Fräulein, I don't. Crikey.
Darbs, you wouldn't. The Toot and Raw was sparking. It sent out a shock that knocked me down.
And me as well.
Len, you shocked me with your kiss.
The Toot and Raw changed us.
How do we fix it?
We find the Raw. Is it still at the museum?
I'll ask me da. He works there.
That's where we start.
Paris, the Eiffel Tower, night. Victoria and Elizabeth on the top deck, overlooking the city.
Cheers, dear sister.
Cheers, darling Victoria.
Oh, Lizzie, isn't the view glorious? Paris and martinis at night on the Eiffel Tower.
It's spectacular. It was brilliant of you to bring us.
If only to clear our heads. The Seine River is sparkling in the moonlight.
It's so romantic. I wonder what the boys are up to.
Lizzie, don't. Let's enjoy our moment.
I know, but it's not easy. Jacob means well, even when I want to strangle him.
He's a right pip, mate.
He is.
What am I to do with Darby?
What would you say to him if he were here?
Have a care with my heart, for I love you. Have a care with my heart when you are blue. Loving Darby isn't easy. Excellently he plays the fool like a roaming ghost of the past. He's haunted, never knowing who he is. Loving Jacob isn't easy. He's a man who plays it smart while he's chasing dreams of success. He's standing proud of humble means. Have a care with my heart, for I love you. Have a care with my heart when you are blue. Anytime you feel lost, I'll be with you. Just have a care with my heart, a simple truth. Darby, Darby, how I want you as you once were from the start. But I'm standing here on the ledge. Will your love hold me tonight or let me fall? Darling Jacob, will you let me in or will you push me out? For the heart wants just what it wants, and I don't know if you want me. Have a care with my heart, for I love you. Have a care with my heart when you are blue. Anytime you feel lost, I'll be with you. Just have a care with my heart, a simple truth. A simple truth. Our love will lead us.
I need to see Dr. Collins.
Now?
As soon as we return to London, I've some things to work through.
Victoria, I may join you.
Club Garbo, backstage, afternoon. Darby's on the phone with Mrs. Teddrey.
Darby, I'm fraught with concern. Where are Victoria and Lizzie?
Mrs. Teddrey, Victoria and I had words. She invited me to leave.
Oh my!
Try not to worry. I'll bell you the moment I hear.
Thank you.
Mama, we're home.
Bonjour, Mama.
Victoria! Lizzie! You gave me a fright!
I'm sorry, dear. We made an unexpected getaway to Paris.
Paris? Oh, my darlings! I'm on the phone with Darby, looking for you.
He's the one I was getting away from.
Darby, they've been in Paris.
I heard.
Oh, yay, Paris! City of lights and amour!
Well, we had the lights.
Mrs. Teddrey, might I speak to Victoria?
Whatever he wants, it's no.
Heavens! I'm sorry, Darby. She said...
I heard her. We'll talk when she's cooled down.
Darby!
That man!
Club Garbo, lobby. Marvel Ann and Frederica meet the Mater D.
Don't you know who I am? I'm a Primrose, Marvel Ann Primrose of Knightsbridge.
Signora, I'm Edoardo Benetti, maitre d' of Club Garbo for 20 anni, 20 years. You could be King George without an appointment to come back later.
I'd like to speak to the manager. Who is he?
I am. May I help you?
The maitre d' said we can't see Darby. Will you let us?
As I'm sure he told you, Darby's in a production meeting and he can't be disturbed.
Oh, Eduardo, you are amusing.
Thank you, Signora.
I'm not amused. I'm to confirm details of Darby's engagement party. I'm hosting it here at Club Garbo.
I see. Make an appointment and come back later.
Oh, bother. Fine. I'll make an appointment now.
I'm sorry, Signora. Appointments are made during office hours, 9 to 4.
It's 10 after 4.
Come back later.
Eduardo, you're my new favorite.
Frederica, he's not my favorite. I'd like to speak to the owner, please.
Questo è mio padre. This is my father. He is currently in Napoli. Come back later.
Eduardo, stop.
Frederica Sands, I've never hated you more.
Marvel Ann, stop.
I will if you will, you trollop. Just wait till father hears about this.
Have him make an appointment. Come back later.
Frederica!
Dr. Collins' office. Victoria and Dr. Collins.
Dr. Collins, I'm conflicted. I love Darby and intend to marry him, but I've feelings for Jacob.
Who's Jacob?
Darby's best friend and my sister Elizabeth's beau.
Oh.
You see my dilemma.
Victoria, you're not married. Engagements are broken every day. You're a free agent.
That's your advice? That's it? Fine. I'm enrolled in a psychiatry course to deal with Darby.
Victoria, I am Darby's psychiatrist.
He thinks you're a quack. He'll listen to me.
Is that really wise?
Thank you, Dr. Collins. I've just come to a decision, and it's this. I shan't see you again.
But Victoria, my word.
The Teddrey Mansion. Sitting room.
Darby, Jacob, I'd like you to join our Royal Opera Board.
Thank you, Mr. Teddrey, but I'm not qualified to be a...
What?
I say!
Sorry, happens when I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I can't be on the board. I've never been to the opera.
The Royal Opera House. Night. 26 years earlier. Jacob is 12.
Mr. Primrose, tonight's La Boheme was a smashing success.
Indeed, Mr. Teddrey. A triumph for the entire board.
Yeah.
Pardon me, Governor. Didn't mean to ruffle your tucks.
Oh, that bounder took my wallet. I had £100 in it.
Good Lord.
Stop that boy. He's a pickpocket.
The Teddrey Mansion.
I just couldn't.
Nonsense. You've much to offer, Jacob. You're an Australian zoologist at the London Zoo. Darby, you've prominence now as MC of Club Garbo. I'm meeting with our president, Evelyn Whitehead, to confirm it.
The wildebeest?
The one and the same. We'd be delighted to have you both. Then it's settled. Cheers.
Christ!
The Teddrey Mansion. Mrs. Teddrey's boudoir.
Diddums, you naughty boy, scaring Cordelia like that. Mon petite, I do hope tonight's seance goes well, but it's such a muddle. Victoria is angry with Darby. Darby is upset with Victoria. Lizzie with Jacob and Jacob with Lizzie. It all starts with Darby, and whatever's wrong with him I must keep my bold Aries wits about me. My numerology chart is adding up in a most unusual way. Diddums, I'm a little frightened. My precious fluff muffin, I know you are too. Mais c'est la vie, et c'est la vérité.
The Teddrey Mansion, sitting room, night. The Seance. Cordelia, Mr. and Mrs. Teddrey, Darby, Victoria, Jacob, and Elizabeth are seated at the table. Cordelia strikes a match, lighting her candle.
Now, the seance book says everyone hold hands and clear your mind.
How fabulous!
Open yourselves to the great beyond!
Cordelia, your candle went out.
Darby, that's quite obvious.
I told you I don't know what I'm doing.
Shall I light it for you?
Jacob, don't squeeze my hand so tight.
Calling all spirits!
My heavens, the candle lit itself.
That's not cricket.
The wind!
Oh! Sand! It's coming from the candle.
It's a sandstorm! That's exactly what it is!
Mr. Teddrey, Victoria, Lizzie, our desert sandstorm, touring Egypt.
Yes, Mrs. Teddrey, and it tastes the same.
How can this be?
Darby!
El Morto Mujaradu Mathayen.
What does that mean?
Death is but a doorway.
The Vet's Office, Germany, 2017. Baby Fritzy is fearful, alone in his cage. Two assistants attend to him.
Ingrid, Fritzy's crying because his brother Seamus escaped the cage and ran outside.
The poor little thing. Don't worry, Fritzy. Hannah and I will find Seamus. It's lunch. Let's grab ein bite.
Ja, Fritzy, we'll be right back. You stay put, mein Liebchen. I'm thinking of adopting him. He's so cute and feisty.
Good. No one has claimed him.
A moment later, a man opens the cage and puts a collar on baby Fritzy. It sports a dangling Egyptian ankh. The man lifts Fritzy from his cage.
Where are we going, you idiot and nincompoop? Help! I've been kidnapped! Scheiße!